Even if you aren't the best builder in the world, but have decent gun skill and a high IQ of the game, you can beat any opponent you come across in Fortnite. In this video today, I'll be discussing with you guys how to become a smart Fortnite player. It seems a lot of you guys are struggling in game with killing your opponents and winning consistently. Even if you're a very talented builder and a very talented player mechanically, making the wrong decisions in game can lead you to die more and win less. I'm going to be breaking down 4 character traits that most, if not all, smart Fortnite players have, and then teach you guys how to implement these aspects into your own playstyle to improve your game sense. Before we get started, comment down below and tell me what weapon you want vaulted the most. If I had to choose personally, I would choose the drum shotgun. It's pretty annoying in my opinion and not very powerful at all. Let me know what you guys think, and let's get right into the video. We're going to start this video off by talking about situational awareness. Situational awareness is something I lacked when I first started playing Fortnite. Some of you guys might think that situational awareness just refers to tunnel vision. While tunnel vision and situational awareness are similar, there's a difference between the two. Tunnel vision is only seeing what's in front of you without looking around you to make sure the enemy in front of you is the only threat against you. Situational awareness is having knowledge of the action that's going on around you and making plays based on this. In order to make smart plays and better decisions, you need to know what's going on around you at all times, where other players are, and the best places to be if you do get into a fight. Here are some steps to improve your situational awareness. Step 1. Observe what's happening around you. Step 2. Decide what you will do next to keep yourself alive. Step 3. Act on your decision, don't wait. Step 4. Keep your eyes on your enemies. Being situationally aware will be the difference maker between life and death in Fortnite. A really good way to be situationally aware in a fight against an opponent directly is to make moves based upon what they do. I've often said that as soon as you pull out the build menu, you play defensively. That's why a lot of the smart and talented players that play public matches in arena mode rarely pull out their build menu. Instead, they have their guns out ready to shoot at you when you're exposed. If they need to build to get a better angle on you, they will. If you build, they build. If you shoot, they block your shot and shoot you back. Everything they do is based on what you do. So, in return, the next time you're in a public match, I want you guys to make plays based on what your opponents do. Ignore pushing your enemy and trying to do flashy moves that reward you with a kill that could have been achieved in a much simpler way. If you play this way, you won't force plays that aren't there, and you'll be able to make better plays based on using this strategy. My next tip for you guys is route planning. Every good player in Fortnite knows each city very well. They know the ins and outs of every location on the map and have different angles of attacks for each situation. For example, if there's a fight in the outer edge of Loot Lake near Tilted, instead of taking the fight head on, a lot of really good players will come in from the hills and mountains looking for shots on their opponents before moving in and engaging in a close range battle with them. This aspect involves positioning and being situationally aware. Now, I want to make a really good point since we're talking about situational awareness and positioning. It's important to take into consideration that other players can come from these positions and do the same thing to you guys too. It sounds pretty simple and obvious, but you'd be surprised how many players forget these things in game. It's another part of being situationally aware, as well as positioning yourself to be ready for these exact issues that you will face in game. My next tip for you guys is to learn a sense of patience in game. I've seen so many players force things in game without being patient. The reason you want to be patient is if you slow the game down your head just a little bit and breathe instead of being so tense and high energy the whole time, you'll start to see things you didn't see before. Believe me, I know it sounds difficult and a little bit weird, but it's not, and to be completely honest with you, when I started to be more patient is when I started to kill my enemies more and die less, as well as making better plays overall. It was pretty obvious to me that I just had the mentality that I wanted to barrel stuff my enemies all the time and push them without having any regard to what's going on around me, and my opponents would always do a significant amount of damage to me, break my shields, and even kill me. When I started playing a little more patient, hanging back, and making plays based on what my opponents did, I started to figure out pretty quickly that I could beat anyone I came across. An example of what I mean by patience is letting your enemy build over you using a ramp push, covering yourself from above so they can't hit you, and then shooting them out as they're falling, get some shots on them that will break their shield and take some health away, and then push them. A lot of players still build fight in public matches in arena mode, and this is really something you want to avoid. If your opponent is going to sit on high ground, be patient enough, take them off high ground by breaking their structures. Any smart player will know that as soon as anyone hears their builds being broken out, that player is bound to come charging down on you looking for a shot to take. By being patient and situationally aware, you'll notice this, and then you can make plays based on that decision that your opponent is making. My final tip for you guys today will take some explanation after I say this, but guys, experience is the best way to becoming a smart player. As a matter of fact, a lot of you guys watching this video are smart Fortnite players and you don't even realize it. If you've been playing the game for quite a long time, you've seen advanced ramp pushes, you probably practiced positioning many times before, and you know the various metas and what works and what doesn't. I still think though that the problem you guys face is not being smart, but rather it's consistency and patience. Being patient enough to not force plays and being consistent with good play calling in your games is the hardest part of being a smart player. All the play calls that you guys make should ultimately keep you alive and keep you healthy in game. You don't want to get shot too much, and obviously you don't want to die either. You can start to implement these aspects into your game simply by playing public matches and arena mode. If you guys implement these into your playstyle, you'll start to see positive results. It will definitely take time to change mentality though, but worth the effort overall. So anyway guys, I hope this video helps, and if it did, drop a comment down below and tell me about it. Do drop a like on this video and subscribe if you guys are new. Use my code YTRoops in the item shop, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.